Marvel's Spider-Man 2 ran the risk of being another half-baked sequel, something that takes its well-trodden formula and does little to expand upon it save for slapping on a fresh coat of paint and telling a new story. Fortunately, not only does it avoid these pitfalls, but it far exceeded my expectations, weaving a deeply personal and exhilaratingly bombastic narrative between excellent combat and traversal that continue to indulge players in the superhero fantasy they've come to know and love. Marvel's Spider-Man 2's greatest strength is its story, owing partially to the setup from previous games, but also to the phenomenal voice performances of its main cast and masterful writing. There's a deep and rich emotional core at the centre of Marvel's Spider-Man 2, one that elevates and gives meaning to its more explosive set pieces. You'll spend much of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 deep in the throngs of its rollercoaster narrative, gasping at its many twists and turns. However, as much of a genuine joy as that is, it was a side quest that truly grabbed my attention. These lengthy tales allow the two Spider-Men to breathe, delving deep into what matters to them the most, their cultures, ideals and personal relationships. Without spoiling any, these are some of the very best side quests I've ever seen, thanks to their phenomenal writing, setups and engaging set pieces. Of course, one of the key focuses of Spider-Man 2's promotional material was how side content has been more seamlessly integrated into the world. This, for the most part, works, as you'll see crates of resources glowing on rooftops, Kraven's vultures circling a skyscraper, and so much more. Stumbling across this plethora of meaningful side content is incredible, and helps flesh out the enormous world. Speaking of which, Marvel's Spider-Man 2's world is almost twice the size, and you'll feel it. Locations and missions feel more varied, owing largely to the new suburban boroughs and low-rise buildings removing much of the claustrophobia that comes with the concrete jungle that is Manhattan. Unfortunately, I did feel that the larger size removed much of the identity the first two games had cultivated. It was harder to recognize where I was, thanks to the greater diversity in regions and the sheer scale of the world. Of course, this isn't inherently an issue, but I did miss being able to know where I was in New York without checking the map. Getting around New York is still as fun as ever though, especially with the addition of the web glider. This nifty tool allows you to continue your momentum across areas that aren't suited for swinging, and adds a refreshing sense of freedom as you glide effortlessly across the city. Once you land somewhere, you'll be taking on roughly the same goons you faced before, but with a facelift. Kraven's goons, criminals and more are waiting for you, and beating them up has never felt so good. Combat is largely unchanged, but the slew of abilities you unlock throughout the game feel fantastic to use. Unfortunately, I did encounter one major issue during my playthrough of Spider-Man 2, and that was bugs. I suffered 4 hard crashes, one of which was during the final boss fight, was prevented from progressing through certain missions due to characters not spawning, and even turned into a white cube that wouldn't go away no matter how many times I reverted to a previous checkpoint. Frankly, I was able to tolerate most of this, and I suspect that these issues will be ironed out before the game's release or shortly thereafter. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 isn't a hard game to love. It's a beautifully crafted, emotionally charged, and effortlessly enjoyable crowd pleaser that extends beyond its colourful costumes and explosive set pieces to offer a deeply personal experience. It is safe to say that not only is Marvel's Spider-Man 2 one of the best PlayStation exclusives available, but perhaps one of the best games ever made. The game creator is giving Marvel's Spider-Man 2 a 9 out of 10. Make sure to like and subscribe for more reviews just like this one.